From breaking a 9-map loss streak to an insane comeback with their backs against the wall, this final had it all, and today we are showing you all how G2 did impossible at the Blast Fall final. Blast is one of the big events you want to win as a team and player. They have gathered the status in the scene as one of the best TOs to work with, after hosting the last CSGO major and just their amazing production quality. Going into Blast Fall Final 2024, we had some of the best teams in the world fighting for this trophy, and these two, who even invited them. But the field were stacked, with the lowest rated team being ranked 17, while we had 6 teams from the top 10 in the world. The format of this event was best of 3 for all matches but the grand final, as that will be played in the best of 5 format. Going in, the 8 teams would be split up into 2 groups, where 1 team from each group would be eliminated after losing 2 matches, while the last 3 teams would qualify, with the team winning 2 matches going directly into the semifinals, while the rest would go to the quarterfinals. As most thought, Falcon and Astralis, the only 2 teams that were not ranked in the top 10, would be first out, and they were all correct. Our first finalist was NaVi, a team most had their money on would not only make it to the finals, but win everything, after NaVi so far in 2024 has secured the Major and the Esport World Cup trophies. Going into Blast, the group was stacked with top teams, and NaVi landed in Group A. And here it went all after plan for NaVi, with NaVi sweeping the floor with both Falcons and G2 to secure the semi-final spot and 1 win away from another grand final. And NaVi looked dominant, not losing any maps to any teams, and this made NaVi confident. Maybe too confident. Going into the playoffs, NaVi only had between FaZe and Liquid to play to make it to the final, and after multiple times of FaZe showing Twist why he joined the wrong team, NaVi knew it would be FaZe that would meet in the semifinals. And this match was gonna put a stop to NaVi's reign of terror, as FaZe took the first map 13-10, a very dominant showing from the European squad, but on Ancient, a bad spray sealed the future for NaVi. NaVi have looked dominant as secured match point, and here FaZe calls a timeout and stomps on NaVi. This is a crucial round to lose by NaVi, as this forces NaVi down to a Yankee buy for the last round, and for 1 minute and 10 seconds, NaVi are in the driver's seat as FaZe has no map control, but are putting all of their eggs into A site, where NaVi only have 2 players. On the execute, FaZe are abusing the A players with a lot of Molotovs, and they're finding their rewards with getting the advantage of a 4v3.
Fire on both sides, 20 seconds! Alexi tries to get the spam through and he will find a headshot. FaZe have to continue, they have to push in, they're still fighting to keep on going!
But NaVi are fast to rotate in. Alexi B think he has an opening, but runs into a Molotov and is found. It's a 2v4, and the whole tournament rests upon JL and Wonderful shoulders. And here we see a clutch that will help Wonderful secure a lifelong bag with NaVi. FaZe bad positioning and NaVi's great reaction helps them to find 2 kills and bring the round down to a 2v2. JL overpeaks and it's only Wonderful left. And here, Wonderful only knows where Rops is. He will focus this. And at this point, Kerrigan should swing, but here we will see a missed spray that will hunt Kerrigan for quite some time. Wonderful hits a great no-scope, and then Kerrigan misses the spray as you can see while Wonderful tries to defuse. Some bullets are flying across him, and it does a 180-degree quick scope to kill him. Like it's FaZe from 2015, what a shot.
He's in a bit of a pickle, turn that corner away, he hits himself to no-scope, and that bomb's out in the open, Wonderful tap!
And NaVi secures Ancient, as well as beating FaZe quite badly on Anubis, and NaVi has made it to yet another grand final. NaVi had an ace up their sleeves against G2, Alexis B former team, and his stats versus former teams are insane in the win-loss ratio. G2 were our second finalist, and going into Blast, while G2 had not been looking too good. A team like G2 should be a top 4 contender in every tournament with an AWPer like Monacy and a rifler like Nico. So what happened? Well, in a lot of events, G2 has made it to the finals and semifinals, but not as often. So going in, most didn't have any high hopes for G2, as it's a new team almost. Going into the groups, G2 started in Group A, where they beat FaZe quite dominant, even though they lost 1 map, and this had already secured G2 the playoff spots. And here a blessing in disguise helped them, as they would face off NaVi in the final, the world's best team at the moment. And why is this good? Well, when you face a team and lose to them, as G2 would do, you will learn more from that than if G2 had won this match. G2 got their ass kicked by NaVi, only winning 9 rounds on both maps, so G2 would be placed in the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, G2 would face Spirit, a team carried by one of the strongest duos in Counter-Strike at the moment, with Shiro and Dunk. But here, G2 would sweep them in a rough but solid 2-0 match. And then G2 would meet Vitality, the second best team going into this event. And here G2 would reverse sweep Vitality after losing map 1, all thanks to a masterclass from Nico and Malbs, the new pickup, as he proved why he deserves the G2 spot over everyone else. And just like that, G2 had crawled their way into the grand final, as the underdog going into this game to face the monster that is NaVi. But G2 had an advantage. The first is that NaVi and G2 already met, and G2 can learn a lot from their first encounter, as well as the match would be a best of 5, NaVi's worst format. If the grand final is a best of 3, NaVi has a 100% win rate, since a best of 3 will allow both teams to ban one map each, leaving the map pool down to 5 maps, then both teams pick one map, and then they get to ban one more map each. And the map left is the third map you play. This gives teams a clear advantage, as here you can ban your insta-ban, as well as one more map either you as a team don't feel too comfortable on, or where the enemy has proven to be better on. While in a best of 5, you have a different tactic, as it's now first to win 3 maps, and here you only get to ban one map each, and here you need to pick maps based on what you want to play and when, but as well as what side you want to play on first. As if NaVi wants to pick what side to start on Mirage, they will not pick Mirage after the ban phase to force the enemy team to pick it, so they can decide between CT or T side, and in the best of 5 finals, NaVi has a 0% win rate. But for G2 this final is more than just a trophy, as in the Esport World Cup G2 came second, proving to themselves that the new roster had some legs to stand on. As well as NaVi in the best of 3 was the one who beat G2 to the honeymoon event to win. So for G2 winning here would show them they are better and ready to lift a trophy as a new team. We're going to the first map and the desk has some concern for this whole BO5.
Obviously they had such a honeymoon back at EWC, once again versus NaVi in that grand final. Did you expect them to be this competitive so soon after changing 2 players and an in-game leader within that?
To be completely honest, yes. You know, I didn't expect them to change much. It wasn't for me that Malps coming in, that's a great signing, that's a clear upgrade in Nexa, and Snacks coming in instead of Hooksy, I thought that was a pretty much, you know, 50-50. It could go one way, it could go the other.
Ancient is a map dominated by mid control, and we will see both teams almost every single round fight for middle. And so I don't have to show you this every single round, I want to show you all it now. Usually the CT will start with this spawn smoke for bottom middle, followed by 2 players pushing down with a Molotov, nade, and in some cases a flash. While the T will start with a red room smoke, as well as some flashes and a smoke ready for any Molotovs the CTs will throw, and then they will just brawl it out. Round 3 is a key round, as usually this is when both teams can full buy after the pistol round, and this round will tell us either NaVi, who lost pistol, will be able to catch G2 in the score, or if G2 will be able to run away with the first few rounds of the half. NaVi on the T side will play with 3 players towards B, using a lot of utility to make sure G2 can't get any information towards B ramp with a smoke cave and a Molotov ramp. Then NaVi have 1 player in middle, using this Molotov to make sure G2 can't push on the boxes for early kills and information. Then the last player will be chilling in spawn ready with some utility for the mid player. G2 are going for 2 in middle using early utility, as well as 1 solo on A, just holding, and 2 on B, using utility to force NaVi to be stuck here, to counter all of the utility NaVi uses to hold off G2, to make sure NaVi don't get an early advantage. Early on NaVi wins bottom mid, as well as Fortnite, and this will indicate that NaVi wants to use this to force G2 off mid completely, to make sure they can't get too much information here, and force G2 passive. And here they will flash Donut to force Monacy off the Fortnite angle, as well as pre-firing him to make sure he falls back. And all of this has forced Hunter off red room, as he is 30 HP. And Nico can't have any impact in cave when it gets smoked, so he will fall off, as staying behind the smoke will net you 1 kill before you are traded, not ideal when you have no mid control. NaVi smokes off Donut to make it look like they will go red room, but here they will set up for a Donut push, as they know the Oper will be playing from it, and a great Molotov and peek kills Monacy, as well as Malps goes for the trade, can only find 1 kill before he's traded.
DT rounds are liquid gold. Ooh, missed shot out of Monacy. Fired his feet, that's a lot of pressure, and Donut, no surprise he goes down.
NaVi on the side take are able to plant, but Nico, using the fact that NaVi are not holding CT, will push out and here finds 2 kills, bringing this round back from a 3v4 to a 3v2.
It's to be one of those glorious Nico moments, and a quick JL headshot certainly sets it up. Now low health for Wonderful makes the double kill easy, but caught off.
And here, after Nico is found, Ime forgets that mid is an option, and here dies to Snack's late but crucial lurk.
And Ime's not hiding his position as he jumps around. He makes a lot of sound, and that gives Snacks all he needs.
And Bit can't win the 1v2 with the Galil, and G2 takes a crucial round.
Now Bit's in a bit of a tough spot. Oh man!
Hunter runs him down.
They've got the kid.
Yeah, Snack suppressing fire. They pull off the retake.
It looks good for NaVi, as they have 1 player outside of red room, 1 bottom mid, and 3 ready for the A execute. While G2 have 2 players in Donut, 1 on B solo and 2 in middle. And this is a round NaVi should win, by the sheer amount of map control they have. But there is an issue in middle. NaVi are very split up, as here G2 can isolate both players. And here it falls flat, as Alexi B peeks and can't find any kills, but a lot of info. But for some reason JL turns around and focuses Fortnite, and I have to ask, what spot is not being held? Is it red room, bottom mid, or Donut? Well, it is Donut, and here Hunter can walk out a dream opening for the CT side, and find JL from behind, and then pushes Alexi B 3v1, and just like that G2 are up 5v3.
Oh, it's coming for Alexi, and those donut players are also inching out. JL's found with a back turn. Beautiful re-aggression, but it does cost them the bomb site. That's something they signed up for.
A beautiful way to take mid. This push from middle will trigger the A-Tech from NaVi, as all 3 players are running out on site to focus it. But here's the issue, JL had the only smoke left for NaVi, as NaVi used most of their utility early to win so much mid control. So when he dies, the A-side player just have to run out. And here m0NESY misses his shot, but can spot most of the players, so G2 will know what is up. As well as NaVi have one Molotov that they want to use for Donut. Not ideal, as it's easy to be shot through, and from Donut you can stop most plants from the T side. As well as G2's Red Room player are fast in CT, a spot that is not being held by NaVi, as they are focusing Donut, and here it's 4 kills in the favor of G2, leaving Wonderful in an impossible 1v5, and G2 are able to recover the half to a 6-6 scoreline.
They knew we can go for middle, we can clear it, we can take an advantage, and look what happened. You leave Wonderful in an impossible clutch.
I usually don't do this in the middle of the videos, but why not subscribe to the channel? It shows me you like the content, and you will get this in the feed when it comes. Thank you, and let's get back to the breakdown. G2's gotten full on mid control, and they have achieved this by using a smoke for Donut, Cave and Red Room. Somewhat delayed to force NaVi off mid, as one of the main metas on Ancient is that as the T to take mid slow, since the CT will use a lot of utility in middle early to take it. And when they can't see anyone in middle, they will usually retreat to Donut and Red Room, and G2 has abused this and went for 4 players towards middle, with Mobs and Snacks already top mid, Nico as the lurker and then 2 in bottom mid. NaVi are 3 on B, 1 A and 1 in Red Room, and for them it's all about now holding off G2 to not give them more map control than they already have. Bit makes a mistake by pushing the smoke right before it fades, as he had JL coming to help him, but Bit is found before JL is even close enough to trade.
A lot of responsibility there, and Mobs was so ready.
Giving G2 a very important opening kill, and a way to win Red Room control, and cut off NaVi's rotation, as Red Room is a key spot for all rotations on Ancient, and considering that NaVi only have 1 player on A rotation blockage from Red Room can ruin this round completely for NaVi. JL understands how crucial it is to get that kill back, and here goes for a high risk, high reward play as he swings middle and finds the trade to equalize the position for NaVi. But look at the map, G2 are headed towards A, so Ime and Donut will feel the heat, as G2 will be able to make the retreat quite hard for NaVi. JL again tries for a play, but here Snacks with the worst gun is able to win this fight, solidifying G2's position in middle, and putting the pressure on Ime, who is completely alone on site.
Footstep being made, and the spray isn't good enough. Snacks.
Ime allows the plant and can find 1 kill. It's a 3v3, quite close and a key round to win for NaVi, as the money is down to the last buy for now. And to even catch back to G2, this round is crucial for them to win. Ime solo peeks and is found, but Wonderful trades back fast and is Nico left in a 1v2. Can he win this? Nico's spot is not known, so he has the biggest advantage here. All he has to do is to make sure he can force NaVi to fight him 1v1, and Nico, who waits for the second taps, swings out and finds both players. And Nico is amazing at understanding who to fight first, as if he shoots the player defusing, the player holding will be able to trade and defuse the bomb. So here Nico goes for the player holding, and sets up the 1v1 against the player with his back turned quite easily, and G2 takes a crucial round.
Fuse. Alexi sticking this all the way. Nico, what are you gonna do? He swings! Oh no! He actually gets it! 0.11 seconds left. Not enough for Alexi. Nico gets a clutch.
That's the
Fantastic Counter-Strike the last 3 months. This was the first time I saw Emma in quite some time completely dropping the ball.
A big reason NaVi beat G2 and Ancient last time they met at Blast was due to Ime taking over the game with a 1.77 rating, while Ime in the grand final on Ancient scored a 0.66 rating, almost 1.1 down from the first game. And Ime is NaVi's mid player on the T side, a role that is crucial to be consistent in.
Now, interestingly enough, G2's map pick in this series, but the last time these 2 teams went head-to-head, it was indeed NaVi to come out on top. They will be starting on the CT side once again. But Jacob, there is a very big asterisk with that game because it required an incredible T-side comeback from the side of NaVi.
Last time G2 faced NaVi on Dust 2, NaVi won this match, so why would G2 pick Dust 2 going into this map? Would it not have been better for G2 to let NaVi pick this so they could at least pick the side? But let me show you the round spread the last time G2 played versus NaVi on Dust 2. As we can see, NaVi had an insane comeback of 9 rounds. So for G2, this shows them that they are better on this map, they only fumbled the bag, and here they can easily work on their mistakes to be more ready for this map and rematch. Dust 2 is a map dominated by long and short control, and this is where most teams will focus their early utility and manpower, as long will be taken with flashes, and short will be taken by an Xbox smoke. how is NaVi so unaware that B will be the target of G2?
Here, God, they really don't have any idea that this full B exec is happening. I mean, no one's even here to stop mobs from walking across mid.
As only JL is there to hold in a 4v5. Well, we have to go back. Early round and G2 has taken mid control, while NaVi has won long control. And here on G2's mid take, we can see that both Ima and Bit will fall back towards spawn, leaving JL alone on B side and this whole half of the map. And this makes sense as NaVi are afraid that G2 on the mid control will take short. And here we can see G2 uses some flashes to send Snacks middle, while an MP9, yes, an MP9 is the only one to be looking for middle. A fight you have a low chance at winning when we look at the range. Look at the minimap. All of NaVi on A are here, meaning the CT smoke G2 will throw is an issue, as NaVi can't contest this, and JL can't leave B sites, and that is why NaVi is so unaware. In a key round they gambled off where G2 would go and have failed awfully. And we can see this leads to JL being pushed with no way out, but this was a key round, as this allows G2 to catch NaVi in the round lead, and this crucial mistake will hit NaVi hard.
God, dude. Bit had already pushed long as well.
Let's again go into middle for this round, but first look at the buy. G2 are going into this round with 2 hero AKs and 1 AWP, while NaVi has a full buy. But an issue with those two is the rotation time. As you want to have a long control, you need one player here. This player can't help anywhere else. As we can see, Alexi B will be out of action. The other is how unusual it is for the CTs to keep mid control, as one player outside of B and CT is how you hold it. As the fights from suicide and short are favored the T side. And we can see again G2 will abuse this by taking full on mid control, making NaVi focus short, and here with a CT smoke they can isolate the B players. As we can see, G2 are going 5 players middle. As well as this smoke G2 uses for CT is a crucial one to learn, as the default one will make an opening where someone in ramp can help from A to B, while this one leaves no gaps for the CTs to abuse. And NaVi on B are holding kind of weird, as we can see they try to spam the door, but Ime will run out of the smoke and find 2 kills, as G2 are focusing B and not expecting this play from Ime. But G2 can trade back and fast with Hunter and Monacy finding kills, and now we are seeing how split they are, as the B player is now alone, while the 2 other players on A can't help them. Before the smoke has faded, Snacks ignites his glory days and beats JL on site with a Mech 10. Just to win this fight 1v1 versus an AK in a better position is insane.
Find him, but it's a beautiful double kill from Emed. JL tested backside again.
To be honest,
for the peaks versus the Mac 10. Can't quite hit it. Snacks doing a good job of keeping him busy, and the drive-by finds it. Monacy scoops up.
And it's opened up for Monacy to only focus on middle. And he can find Alexi B trying to trade and win some map control back. And Monacy is playing it perfect, as when he finds the kill, he will jump away, not giving Wonderful any chance to make it a 1v1. Wonderful, who is a great clutcher, will smoke off tunnels, and that is the only spot Monacy can come from, so he can isolate Snacks on site. And here he will win the fight versus Snacks, who just finished planting, and it's all up to Monacy to clutch this out. And now Wonderful will have the advantage, as Monacy has to push out of a smoke, but here Wonderful goes close to the smoke, and Monacy with the AWP is just faster, and G2 takes a crucial round.
Monacy wants to come out from the tunnels, and that smoke will give him a chance. Wonderful finds it with the rifle, and as he turns, it's Monacy to creep out slightly. Jumping over top, Wonderful and Monacy, 2-star ops, up close! Oh. It's the flash to snap it back!
It's 11-11, this is a close game, and this is a crucial round for G2 as they have no money left after this buy, meaning a loss here would allow NaVi to get round 12 and almost a sure win. So was picking Dust2 a mistake then? G2 starts with smoking mid doors, and this will negate Wonderful to get any information if G2 are pushing B or pushing middle. And we can see Hunter pushes down into lower tunnels, and here is found, but Nico can trade fast and it's a 4v4. G2 and short send 2 players early to take control of it, as Nico wants to trade the tunnel player, or at least help him, while Monacy holds for the top mid re-peak. And it's a great play early as G2 wins short and long control, forcing NaVi to have to take middle. JL pushes the smoke and finds an amazing opening. This is a winning spot, if it was not for Nico, as Nico is aware and here can push in and find JL. And this has single-handedly won the round for G2 and maybe even the match.
But still 4v4 is not a bad situation. JL, late game JL, 23. Round 23. We know he gets stronger the closer it gets.
Smokes get exchanged in both ways. Nico wants to make a move.
Oh, he gets...
JL gets stuffed. But again, it has to be Snacks.
As now they have no more proper control, all stuck in tunnels. As well as now they are forced to either go B into the unknown or go and try to win back middle. Snacks does a massive misplay. In a 4v3, he is pushing tunnel. I would assume he tried to get a kill or just control of it, but considering the map control G2 has, it only makes sense for NaVi to be in tunnels. And here NaVi finds a crucial opening and can take site. NiKo has to shine again, as he is the only player to hold off any B pushes, as his two other players are on long. A Molotov from NiKo holds NaVi up just long enough for the rotation to come in. And here it will be a brawl, as G2 knows NaVi has not crossed yet, and the brawl is perfect as all G2 players are able to trade each other, and G2 takes match point with one player left alive. A crucial round.
Planted from Alexi. Bit holds the door. Deep peek through window down. And G2 take 12.
Mirage is favored for NaVi, as they have proven to be stronger than G2 are on it. As well as this is do or die for NaVi. Are they going to be losing a grand final best of 5 in only 3 maps and continue the streak? Or is this the turning point?
IQ still, NaVi favorites on Mirage, but it's not entirely unlikely that we are going to end this series right here, right now on Mirage.
They managed to shut down ZywOo yesterday, and I'm feeling that they could actually pull it off. They're riding the momentum of first 2 maps, first 2 wins. They are putting up a show that probably no one even expected, and already 2-0 lead in the best of 5 might mean that Mirage could be, potentially, to end it all.
Mirage is dominated by lurkers, as there are many ways to force the CTs to focus mid and opening up the map for the Ts, as well as mid is crucial for both teams. It's not looking good for NaVi, as they are down 9-3 into this half, so a comeback rivaling the Dust2 comeback is needed to stay alive. NaVi are going for an interesting setup on the CT side with 3 players in middle, 1B and 1A, as the B and A players are playing some off angles in hope to get info fast, as Alexi B will do with the jumps and Bit will do with the sound from under balcony, while G2 are going for 1 in B and 4 towards middle. G2 will go for a delayed mid take, as they will flash and peek, while Wonderful smokes bottom mid in hope to find a solo player underground and trying to win this 50-50 fight. But due to the top mid player spamming, Wonderful falls back and into con to stay alive. But G2 has managed to push NaVi off, as well as NaVi going for a gamble with 3 players on B and only 2 on A to hold site. NaVi fails the boost, and this allows G2 to push up catwalk, a crucial mistake by NaVi, now giving all the mid control away to G2. And 2 trades on catwalk will allow G2 to take B, and here it's a good thing, being 3 on B, since this might make G2 think that site is clear, and Alexi B in his off angle towards car might be able to do a lot of damage to G2, his former team. And NaVi finds all 3 kills in the 3v3, where G2 can't find a single kill. Just a lot of mistakes.
Peek from the CT's good, but not enough. There's Bit through smoke from A.
Looking for the cat player. Bulbs out in the middle. Bit, will he take the fight? He will.
The bomb's down on catwalk. That'll have to be picked up, and it's not even going to be close.
This clutch is insane. G2 are going for a delayed A push, and this delayed push has allowed NaVi to win full on top mid control and can rotate fast to help on A side. And on the execute, G2 smokes like this and then pushes out. But due to NaVi using Molotovs, nades towards ramp, push has been delayed again, as Bit can reposition and quickly NaVi finds 3 kills, so it's only a 4v2.
It's on to box. Now they're allowed to get out from ramp, but they do lose NiKo. Good pressure again from JL.
Oh, melted down.
So how can NaVi ruin their shot at match point? Well, in a 4v2, it's common for CTs to peek out and give away their lives just to spot and see where the last 2 remaining T players are. And here Ime stays too long and Monacy can find his kill. As well as Jail is holding for con, thinking that NaVi will have a lurker, and NiKo on all of the sound has jumped into the smoke on stairs and can just walk out and find him. And just like that, it's a 2v2. In the 2v2, NiKo has stairs, and this will force Bit to stay still, as he can easily be killed, and Alexi B is in sandwich. And here NiKo jumps down while Monacy peeks for sight. And it's trade, with Alexi B finding NiKo and Monacy finding Bit. And here after the first kill, Monacy walks out and here finds Alexi B in an intense 1v1, giving G2 a much needed round and not allowing NaVi to get on map point.
Ime gets his double kill, they cross paths inside. Oh, Hunter gets through.
Suddenly 2v2.
Monacy's still alive, but there's a player down beneath.
1v1.
Round 23 is crucial, as this will either put G2 one round away from a dominant tournament win or give NaVi a way back into the whole grand final, as we will jump into the retake, as this is where legends will shine. NaVi lost 2 players, but were lucky as after Ime falls, Bit will be solo on A site, and here he is Molotov, but in a classic I will Molotov here and not care about it, and Bit can peek out and find the trade before he dies. So NaVi will be going into the retake 2v3. On the retake, G2 does not have any good positions, as one is planting and Monacy goes under palace, so they are stuck here. Their only chance to get room is for Snacks to get a kill or to be traded. But here Snacks have been spotted going into the smoke and is found rather fast, leaving it down to a 2v2. And G2 are just not playing it together, as we can see m0NESY moves around and is not holding one spot, making it so Malbs would struggle to know what to hold as he is stuck on site. And this allows Aleksib to push close, and here m0NESY focuses Aleksib, allowing JL from stairs to deal with him, and Malbs has been spotted on site. So in the 1v2, NaVi plays it together with JL going stairs to force Malbs to swing, allowing Aleksib to trade him.
Both the utility telling them that this is indeed the endeavor. It's the direction of the retake's attack.
Air to the swing.
m0NESY stays down, sees a bit from bench, but down JL in with down to ball. No, sir, can't do it, can't clutch.
And just like that, the comeback is done, as in round 24, NaVi won it. And was this the push NaVi needed? A comeback with their backs against the wall?
A 9-1 lead for G2 ain't no matter for NaVi, the black and yellow squad, so exactly why Mirage is regarded as their home turf, Steeko, with an almost flawless CT side to be closing it out and pushing us to that fourth.
Absolutely the best team right now on Mirage, and honestly I'm not sure if G2 lost to themselves or to the best team in the world on Mirage, so it's hard to say.
What on earth happened here, Jacob?
As I said, I think the T side was super underwhelming, and I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it was certain players wanted to take too much initiative, it was Snax losing grasp of the game, not calling the right things, if Test didn't have the answers, but as I said, the T side overall was just mega underwhelming. They didn't have any answers whatsoever, and as I said, it took them 7 rounds to win the first one. That was with Tech9, Steagles, and it was down to the NaVi players whiffing their shots.
Then there's different pressure when you're about to win the tournament. Obviously, I think Nico is a little bit more resistant to those elimination moments, but maybe those moments where he's about to lift the trophy, that can be different.
Historically speaking as well, it's always been a map they like to play. We know Nico feels comfortable on Inferno. We know m0NESY feels comfortable on Inferno. We know Hunter had a period where he was actually the highest rated CT side player in the world back in the day when Simple and Saiwu was at the top of their peak. So historically speaking, they like to play it.
Inferno is an interesting map, and it's banana control simulator for both teams, trying to win banana early and play from there. G2 starts with a great Molotov in apps to force any push from NaVi in apps to be stopped, and then G2 will send 2 players apps to try to win it. Well, NaVi seems ready for this, as they will be 2 players behind the Molotov ready for this play, and a nice nade and 2 peeks allow NaVi to find 2 kills for 1 trade. The perfect play, and putting G2 in a tough position as they have no other map control.
Going for apartments again, and this time, check it out. They both come in through the back door. Nice nade. Oh, Malbs done. Trade frags efficient.
Oh, that's an incredible counter. It sets up the rifle perfectly to get an easy target.
NaVi needs to get JL out, and in a 4v3, most would just run back. But as we can see, G2 are holding for that. And here Aleksib will use a lot of utility to take back top banana, and this allows JL to spot 1 G2 player and fall back. It's insane to see the levels of focus NaVi has. So far it has all been perfect. A perfect counter to the apps push by NaVi, and now a perfect way to get JL safely away from banana. And Aleksib uses this to bait out a banana peak. And NaVi are up 4v2. Never mind. JL wants to swing with his teammate, since why would you give any kills up to your IGL? And here Nico, trying to spam for Aleksib, finds JL, a massive mistake. As rating wise, killing JL is way better than killing Aleksib, as this as well gives away how NaVi are playing, with only 1 player left on B now. m0NESY fails the Molotov, and here we will see Nico and m0NESY just running through it. And a smoke CT seals the fate of Aleksib, and he is found. And an amazing start to the round is now down to a 2v2, as both NaVi players are rotating in from CT spawn. m0NESY is able to cross due to the perfect smoke Nico threw, as this allows him to plant, and Wonderful cannot see if anyone crossed to backside. And Ime is alone in a 1v2 against the best Oper of 2024 and a top 3 rifler this year and most years. You all know how this will go, right?
Inside of sight, m0NESY crosses over behind that pillar,
But he gets by first.
Oh,
Wonderful
he gets
into his
it.
scope.
This is G2 making the most of a moment over on B. m0NESY plays with him, dodges, and Nico comes out to help. It's this duo, the superstars of G2.
It's a 5v4 and NaVi has the man advantage and the gun advantage, so what will happen? Well, a man advantage will not matter, as we can see NaVi has 4 players banana and 1 lurker in apps. So if NaVi goes for the B execute, there will only be 4 players, while we can see G2 has 2 players on B, ready to peek off each other. And then Hunter rotating in to help his B players. So if G2 rotates are fast enough, there might be a chance at winning this round. A win here will ruin the economy of NaVi, as well as giving NaVi a brutal loss to both momentum and motivation. NaVi has been smoked off, and want to slowly push into the smoke. Only issue is that while they are in the smoke, it fades. And this is an advantage for the CT, as when you are in the smoke, it's impossible to know where you are looking, have good cross placement and all. So for this smoke to fade is a massive issue. But on the good side, we can see Hunter is rotating off and back to A again. On the fade, NiKo misses some crucial shot to allow NaVi to stay alive, and instead of peeking, Malps goes for this flash, as we know he wants to set up the Deagle King himself NiKo. And on the re-peek, NiKo finds 2 kills.
Here, NiKo doesn't hit it. Malps another great Deagle as well, but the T is establishing good utility. NiKo putting together a clip.
And now with Bit not able to contribute, this put NaVi down to a 2v4. But NaVi knows where both players are on site. NaVi has one more misplay, as they find NiKo, but then instead of waiting for the coffin smoke to bloom, Ime peeks out and here is found. NaVi knew about Malps as he flashed, but Ime still peeks out and JL is 1 HP left. And with the smokes and call that JL is low, G2 just pushes on the plant sound, as that ensures you there can only be one player holding, and G2 wins the round. They had no business in winning.
Hunter's going through, Hunter's
The
going
flash,
through.
the flash is there from Snack.
Oh, he doesn't get the planter, but he will catch Bit close.
And that's NiKo punching in the air.
If you don't believe in momentum loss, while NaVi after winning pistol, but suffering an awful defeat the round after, while they were not able to pick that back, as going into round 18, G2 are 1 round off match point. Insane to see how much that loss triggered NaVi and ruined their comeback in the grand final, to take it to map 5. Round 18 is a B push, as NaVi early won banana control and don't want that to go to waste. And here some amazing utility will kill NiKo as he burns alive, due to the fact that banana were not smoked, so if NiKo swinged out he would have died anyways, so he rather stayed not to give anything up, hoping for that smoke that just came too late. And to kill NiKo will put some weight off any teams fighting G2, as Nuke is a monster of an anchor on these type of rushes, and NaVi wants to capitalize on this. Only issue for them is that 4 out of 5 players on NaVi are under 50 HP, and G2 has some nades left, meaning a rush can easily be stopped if NaVi does not win banana and side control fast enough. NaVi after killing NiKo waits, and this is crucial, as this allows Hunter to get close to the CT smoke. And let me show you on the map. After killing NiKo, this was G2's exact position, while when NiKo went for the push, these are G2's position now. It's a massive difference. And here Malps will find 1 kill, and Hunter close to the smoke finds 2 kills, and it's down to a 3v2 in the favor of G2, for G2 to get match point and a massive lead to win the whole event and lift a tier 1 trophy. But G2 gets overhyped, it seems like, as Hunter in a 3v2 gives away his position exact by staying still and spamming the bomb, allowing Alexi B to find his kill. And if he did this with the silencer, it's not as easy to get spammed through the smoke, but with the A4 it's very easy to track where the shots are coming from. And Snacks on the re-peek loses to Alexi B's superior angle, and Monsi once again has to clutch for G2 to be inches of lifting a trophy. They're second in CS2 so far.
They won't be Ina with hands busy, but the spray's off the market. Alexi's gonna continue to connect these shots. Oh! Alexi tries, but Monasi, it's him on bat, and What do you do? In the hands of the Flash, lightning strikes twice.
G2 has won an event and proven that the gamble to pick up a new IGL and a new star player was worth it. While NaVi are still proving why BO5s are a nightmare. If you want to see how NaVi finally won a BO5 grand final, click on this video. Thanks for watching, and here are 2 videos you to tell me you like. Bye.